Hey everybody, this is Albert Corey, the Taxman, with another edition of the Taxman Show. Increase your bottom line. We'll be on all kinds of platforms, like I always say. If you're watching this on Facebook, Instagram, wherever this is going to land up, sharing is caring. But guess what? Today I got an amazing guest. Okay, Mr. Sean Douglas. Dude, Sean is, by the way, congratulations. I guess you're an Air Force guy, right?
Yes.
Was in Air Force. Congratulations for serving our country.
Thank you.
Well, guess what? He is now one of the people that you need to hook up with and learn because he is a positioning agency. He's going to show you what that is. Because guess what? If you followed me, if it's more than a 5-letter word, Sean, I don't understand. I just know how to make money and show people how to get there. So, Mr. Sean, please introduce yourself and kind of tell us what you do.
Thanks, man. Honored to be here with you, man. Been checking you out for a little bit, so it's great to be connected. Air Force veteran, just retired back in June after 20 years of service, and I've built 4 businesses while serving in the military. 3 of them went to 6 figures, and the 4th, we're kind of working on that. So I've had an entertainment company. My wife and I built a antique and collectible store in San Antonio, Texas. We did storage auctions and all that.
Cool.
And then,
hold on.
Oh yeah.
Hey, do you know one of my first things I did? I'm obviously, you check me out. I've been doing this tax gig and accounting for almost 37 years. Mm-hmm. Actually, Ron, just finished 38. And from 1991 to 90, well, actually, I did it for a while. But we had one of the largest collectible stores, comic books. I had the largest comic book store and baseball card store in Miami Lakes, Florida.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I was there. I want to see. Were you a comic book collector, by the way?
No. Hey. We did we didn't do the books, but we did like the action figures and all that stuff.
Then let me see if I outdate you. I was there and I sold a ton of books when Superman died.
That's like the most collectible comic.
That was the craziest time ever. Sorry. Everybody knows who watches my shows, I just randomly come up with stuff. I mean, it just matches in. So you had a store. Very cool. What did you do in the Air Force?
I'm sorry?
What'd you do in the service?
Oh, yeah. So in the Air Force, I was a F-15 crew chief. And then I worked depot for a while, ripping apart F-16s, A-10s, F-22s that were damaged or shot up, aircraft metal damage repair. I did 4 years of drill instructor duty, in a 20-year career. So
what was your best, by the way? Out of the 4 or 5 things you just spatted out to me, what was your favorite, job?
Remember, drill instructor, by far. Best job I ever had was a drill instructor. It's the best job I've ever had.
Very cool.
That's how I learned to become a speaker and a trainer and a mentor and a coach. And it's just, yeah, man, that was talk about personal development. That's where I learned personal development. I learned about John Maxwell. I learned about, all these people in the professional development. Tony Robbins, never heard of Tony Robbins before. I know Tony Robbins stuff and what he's doing, but I never knew any of this stuff. But all those MTI, all those drill instructors were like, hey man, have you read this book? I'm like, yeah, I don't really read books. And they're like, what? So I was reading leadership books and I was reading, positivity books, and that's kind of where I got my personal development start. So yes, I love drill instructor duty.
All right. Now, if you're everybody who's watching this, this will be on YouTube and a bunch of places. So if you're seeing this on the auto version, he's a positioning agency, but on his cool background on the Zoom, he has create, launch, and monetize. So for all of us people who are trying to, who are working on being Amazon bestsellers, to make a living on podcasting, that we're being, who's the guy on spot? Joe Rogan, who got
Joe Rogan, yeah.
Rogan, who gets $1 gazillion. Explain to us, I see it behind you, have create, launch, and monetize.
Yep.
Speak to us on what that is.
Yeah, it's a 3-step process. So you go through a process of creating something, then launching it, and then you got to figure out how to monetize it. And it's with anything, right? If you write a book, you got to sell it, but you can't go from creation to sell. You got to launch it somehow. So if you ever notice like big businesses or restaurants will do a soft launch. They'll see how their business model is, make changes to staff and where things are placed or whatever to make sure efficiency is good. And then they do a hard launch. So restaurants and bars don't just open, they launch. And so create, launch, monetize happened because I was working with people on their speaker business, on coaching businesses, regular brick and mortar businesses, whatever it was. I was like, well, what have you created? Well, I mean, we just have this business, right? But like, what have you created? I had a great friend of mine, Christopher Lockhead. He says, create the category, not the brand. Category makes the brand. You got to create the category. You got to have some place to play in. Why would you play in somebody else's sandbox and get charged to play in their sandbox when you can create your own sandbox and then charge people to play in that? So you got to create your category.
Okay.
After you create your category, you got to launch it. You got to put it somewhere.
Very cool.
Website.
Go ahead.
Right.
Keep going.
So, so you got to launch it. So there's a marketing campaign, press releases. If it's a podcast, you got to have different launch episodes. You got to have something to launch with. Once you have the launch sequence, because a rocket ship just doesn't take off. They have a launch sequence. Check this system. Check this system. System check. Good to go. Good to go. Everybody's good. All systems check. Good. Countdown to launch. They don't go, all right, let's put the sucker up, and it just goes. Right? There's a whole sequence. So we create a launch sequence. And then after the launch sequence, we're like, okay, what are we going to do to monetize it? Obviously, with a book, people are going to buy the book. Right. But what if, like Joe Polish does, on the cover of the book, puts a 1-800 number on there. It's a free recorded message. You call that number. There's a message on there, gives you some coaching, and then offers you into a program. That's what Joe Polish has done with all of his books and everybody else's books he's ever done. Joe Polish has a great podcast called I Love Marketing.
I love that.
I love it. Yep. Spoke at the same event as Joe Polish in 2019 at the Spartan Race, as you see in the bottom corner. I was on the media team and got hooked up in the Spartan Race guys and, sat and had an hour-long conversation with Joe and blew my mind that little me, who is speaking with a guy who has a 25K program, $100,000 program, 25 years in the business, that him and I are on the same page. I'm like, that's comforting, like that's amazing. So you have to figure out how to monetize whatever it is that you're doing to the nth degree. Just because you launch a podcast, I mean, sponsorships are great, but why not push your book? Why not push a program? Why not push coaching? Why not put, like, your background says accounting and business coaching. If you just had a regular background, I wouldn't even know what to do. And I would just listen to the show and be like, oh, cool. What a great show.
Like my ninja tricks, right? Isn't that a cool ninja trick?
Right. So on my background, it says TEDx speaker, book Sean for your next event. Like, it's there. Anybody watching can be like, sounds like I'd like to have at my event. Let me go to his website. Right. So, and then I got my speaking tiles. Like, I speak at every podcast event in the country, Podfest and Outliers Podcast Festival and other marketing events. And, icon of influence. I was named an icon of influence in the new media space at a podcast event. So you have to create something with the intent to sell. In my opinion, businesses are made to be sold.
Right.
Otherwise, why would you do them? Okay. I mean, yeah, money's great, but.
Okay, now, can you give me, you have create, launch, and sell. I mean, this is also going to be, like I said, I put it on all platforms. Now, can you give us a tip on each one? Create, launch, and then monetize. Give us like a little tip on each one.
Yep.
And listen, a little tip and how my readers or listeners can use this. Use a little tip that we can use almost instantly, because Rock You Bottom podcast, And business elevation is always about stuff that we can take people's businesses to the next level without breaking their piggy banks.
Right. Absolutely. So creation. Let's say you want to launch a podcast, a book, you want to create a business, you want to create whatever it is, doesn't matter. You have to create the category. That's the game. You have to create the category. So category designers, and there's a great book I recommend everybody read called Play Bigger. It's by Christopher Lochhead. It's how pirates, dreamers, and innovators create and dominate markets.
One more time. What's the name again?
Play Bigger is the name of the book. It's how pirates, dreamers, and innovators create and dominate markets. And it's by my buddy Christopher Lochhead. He's the godfather of category design. His two podcasts are Lochhead on Marketing and Follow Your Different. Very, very, very cool podcasts. So you have to be different. Creation is about being different. There's a lot of businesses out there. There's millions of small businesses. But how do you be different? So creation is asking yourself 3 questions. 1, what am I willing to do more of than anybody else? 2, how will I be different? 3, how will I connect? If you can answer those 3 questions in the creation phase, you're well ahead of everybody else. I'd say 99% of everybody else who just says, I'm going to launch a podcast. I'm going to talk to people. This is what's going to be. And they launch. Well, right. But you didn't say how you're different. So, for example, my old show, Life Transformation Radio, I sold back in April for 5 figures. Life Transformation Radio was created. Thank you. Was created February 2017. So, number 1, what am I willing to do more of? We had a show Tuesday through Friday. More episodes, more content, more accessibility to us and the guests. How will I be different? Okay. I'm an online radio show, live online radio show that will be repurposed into a podcast in podcast form and also on YouTube as an audiogram. So we did no video, 0. We did marketing videos, 0 video. Okay, so online radio, people can tune in. We were live Tuesday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm a live online radio show that's repurposed into a podcast, and that's how I'm different. It's a live show. People can call in and talk to us while we're recording the podcast. And we've had people call in. We've had callers listening to the show. Hey, I have a question.
Can I ask you what platform? Sorry if I break in. I come up with
crazy. No, it's cool.
What other than using a Facebook? What were you kind of using to make a live?
Blog Talk Radio.
Okay.
Yeah, we were on Blog Talk Radio, and it gives you a Skype phone number that you can connect with, or it gives you a dial-in phone number that you give to your listeners. Say, hey, if you have any questions, give us a call.
Okay.
So there's that piece within the creation. And then how will I connect? Well, I'm going to connect with my listeners because we're a live show. I gave them a number. We have a Facebook group. We have a Facebook page. We have an email list. And we also do affiliates within the guests that if the guest wants to come on and sell a coaching program, we're going to get a cut of that money. So there's a monetization piece, but it's also in the creation phase that how will I connect? Well, I'm going to bring on people that will influence my listeners to do amazing work. So when I sold it, we did 471 episodes. From February 2017 to April this year, we did 471 episodes.
Very cool.
So then launching it. Yeah, so launching it is very simple. You have to have a strategy. How are you going to let people know, right? So as a positioning agency, positioning is how the marketplace receives and perceives the value that you deliver. How they receive it is like, that guy's a scam. Like we always hear things about Grant Cardone and like, the Wolf of Wall Street guy, and like, they're all scammers. You need to be positioned correctly so that when people receive you, they're like, he's a nice guy. He gives a lot of value. He's, the know, like, and trust factor we constantly talk about in business. Got to cultivate that know, like, and trust factor. Perception to people is reality.
Wait, you said, wait a minute, can I show you something? I don't know if you can, oh, sorry. That was my first book, The Art of
Perception.
Perception.
That's great.
Wait a minute, but this is how part of the tax stuff that we talk about.
Yep.
This is how I built. This is Art of Perception is how I launched my business.
That's amazing.
Almost 4 decades ago.
That's amazing.
Sorry, I just happened to. Everybody
cool.
just look it up on Amazon.
Yeah, man. Everybody go buy The Art of Perception right now because perception is reality in some people. I hate that. You know, if I perceive somebody to be this way, that means they must be that way. Well, no. And perception is reality, but that sucks. So in order to get around that, you got to create the perception that you're know, like, and trust worthy and value worthy. So you give a lot of value up front. So you do a lot of marketing and talking. And
can I ask you a question on that? How would you say? Oh, this is a live office. If you hear stuff in the background, it's
that's great.
Bye, Susie. So on that part, what would you say is some of the how do people become like and trusted? Since you're the expert in that world,
give.
Right. Or yes.
With no expectation.
Yep.
Giving.
Yep.
I'm in a Facebook group 2 days ago, and this person goes, "Okay, everything's opening back up. Would love to get booked for virtual summits and live stages. What's the best way to go about it post-pandemic?" Very next comment. "Oh, that's a great question. I'll PM you." I commented on that person's comment. Why not share it with everybody?
Right.
No, nothing back, right? Next comment after that was, "Oh, there's a couple different ways. Just make sure you solve a big problem." Right. Next comment was something else. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. I commented an entire strategy that I copied and pasted from my Google Drive that our team uses to get me booked on stages. Our entire blueprint. I gave it for free.
Right.
She wants to become a client.
Right.
Giving.
I can tell you real quick that how we on the same page. My strategy was a little bit, I'm just following what you're saying and agreeing that if you follow Albert Corey on YouTube, you'll see a whole bunch of videos that I'm showing people word for word, Sean, how to open up your call. Exactly. Dude, if you saw and followed me on Facebook, on YouTube, you'll see that I showed you, other than me giving you your credit card,
Right.
I did it. And I've made thousands of dollars because they call my office. Then once they call, it's up to you to figure out, hey, look, if you don't want to do it yourself, I can help you. Right. You answer other questions, but then I always end it. You get stuck, we can do it for you. Is that a great way, right?
Yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, and I'll give the value, and there's no telling if anybody, and there's a bunch of people that commented after, they're like, "Wow, what a great strategy. Oh my gosh, I can so do this. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Wow, what great value." Like, and all these people, and I got a bunch of friend requests, and like, that's how you build your audience, man. You just give, because literally it's your strategy. You've built this strategy. Somebody else coming in and executing that strategy may not do it like you would do it. It's not like you're giving away a whole email template or whatever. It's like, go to this place, search this, do this, step by step, boom, done. So they got to figure out, if they're going to reach out to somebody, they got to figure out what to say. Or they can hire you to figure out what they got to say. But they want to get booked. I'm like, cool. So do these things. And our whole strategy was just, put into that Facebook post. And a bunch of people commented, "Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I just had 2 calls. One was a 2-hour call, just talking strategy." And they're like, "Let's do it. Like, we got to work together. We got to do something." I was on a call earlier. I was in a call from the UK with somebody this morning at like 6:00 this morning with somebody from the UK who wants to do business with their podcast and their speaking and, all that stuff because of that one value comment that I gave. Because if you look at everything, just scroll through your feed, everybody's selling. Everybody. "Hey guys, got this new program. Hey guys, I just made thousands of dollars. Hey guys, I'm in vacation because I'm a boss and I got a bunch of money and blah, 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 blah." Like, where's the value?
Sorry.
Where is the value other than Googling it and reading an article? Where's the value?
Doesn't
There
it,
isn't.
sorry. Doesn't it kill you when like I'm on Instagram or something and the second post on Messenger, hey dude, I'm doing Bitcoin or join my deal. I'm like saying that's when I hit correct, click, delete, get out of my life. Talk to you soon.
Nah, that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that when I see an ad on Facebook and someone's like, I could teach you how to build your business by doing no ads, by doing no webinars, but yet they use an ad to target people.
Very cool.
Like it says, I'll build your business with no ad, but yet I'm watching an ad. That I think is funny.
All right, let me get you some happy stuff. So, do you do Spartan races? By the way, you just have a
Yeah. Yeah. So I got connected with Joe DeCina and all those guys from the Spartan community. And yes, Spartan races I think are absolutely amazing. We went to Lake Tahoe for the Spartan Race World Championships. And I was on their media team and ran a part of the race. And that is no joke, man. That is no joke. And I love that stuff. Tough Mudders and
Well, you're
all
you're
that.
you're a drill sergeant, you know, Mr.
Yeah.
John. You should be able to like
Yeah.
By the way, since you're a drill sergeant, right? Boot camp, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you did?
Yeah.
Right. Let's have some fun here. Give me. Well, you don't come, right? Sorry, if you don't mind. You don't have to. You don't have. I'm just trying to. You can see I'm a happy guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so give me some orders. Say, Corey, give me your drill sergeant voice to make me do something.
You want the drill sergeant voice?
It's not like, "Hi, Albert. Please please go and remember.
Oh
Give
yeah.
me one of your tips. Give me about a 2-minute tip. Okay. No, I'm sorry, Shiny. You don't have to do it, but I'm trying to.
No, you're good.
You're
good.
So give me one of your tips in your drill sergeant voice, if you don't mind.
What kind of tip?
Anything you want. I'm just being funny because I like lightening up everything.
So like a tip to like
Any of your business tips.
to like business to like build a business something.
Give me any business tip you want, but I want to hear it. Sorry, Sean. If you don't want to, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. So
Oh,
so we'll do like speaking, right? So like if somebody wants to build let's say somebody wants to get booked for speaking or whatever.
Hey, give me a drill sergeant.
Yeah. So if someone's get booked for speaking, here's what I would tell them. Right now, like right now, you better move your slow moving mindset right now. Go to LinkedIn and do hashtag call for speakers. If you don't, I'm going to come over there. I'm going to get really close, like really, really close, right to your face. And I'm going to tell you that I'm going to jump down your throat and I'm going to get inside your body like a little puppet. And I'm going to move your fingers on the keyboard and I'm going to do it myself. If you don't get over there right now and change your mindset, get over there, go to call for speakers, search on hashtag right now, because if you don't, your life will suck.
Very cool. Thank you. I thought that was hilarious. What do you like before? I know I love everybody's time here. So what do you like to do? What's your family? You have kids, wife?
Oh yeah, I got 4 kids and a wife.
Cool. Want some of mine? I got 3. How old are yours?
3, 7, 14, and 18.
Oh, so you're like halfway there. Okay. And what's your favorite thing to do? I mean, what's your favorite hobby?
My favorite thing to do is build businesses.
Okay. Oh, and then what do you like to hang out with your wife doing? She helps build.
Yeah, so my wife and I, we have different like TV shows that we'll watch. We're like huge, Grey's Anatomy fans. We love Grey's Anatomy. She likes, Prodigal Son and a couple other shows. Like every day there's like a TV show that we can sit, we can watch and just kind of escape, But as far as like the kids, I do anyway. I don't know, the kids do too. The wife doesn't, but I love road trips. We'll just take like an hour, 2-hour drive, go somewhere for the day and, whatever. But anytime, anything that we can do to just kind of hang out with the kids, I think is great. We don't like playing board games or card games because we get like really competitive. You know, like we have a really competitive family, and like, no, you're doing it wrong. No, you know, and they get the dreaded like knife hand chop, like old drill instructor dad comes out. You know, like Monopoly or like Uno or something like that comes out. You know, we went camping. Kids loved camping. My wife hates camping, so we don't do a lot of camping. But you know, like boating, fishing, you know, outdoor stuff. My wife loves hiking. I think it is the most ridiculous activity in the world because I feel like I'm going to die every time I go because I'm really hot and I don't like to sweat. You know, I was in the military and I was deployed to the Middle East, and like that's all I did was sweat. You know, but I was made to do that. Like I don't want to be made to do that like in the civilian world, right? So anything that we could do to just kind of hang out, you know, with the kids and you know, just whatever's fun.
All right. Since I know I respect everybody's time, what is some parting shots? What's some last advice and how we can get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you could email me at Sean SEAM at the Success Core CORPS thesuccesscore.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. Search the Success Core. You'll find me everywhere. The last thing I'll say is that if you're thinking of creating, launching, or monetizing anything, do it now. Don't wait. Do it now. So be like, oh, I'll wait till I save up enough money. Or no, I'll wait till I build an audience. Or I'll wait till I, you know, have a process in place. Or I find a coach I like. Or, oh, maybe I'll just wait because somebody else just did it. Like, just do it. Like, get it out of the way. Even if you fail forward. It's a great book by John Maxwell, by the way. Fail forward. So do it. If you're thinking about doing it, just do it. Make it a passion. Do something you love that you're going to make money from, because you could always do something you hate and get paid the same way.
Love it. Thank you, Sean. This is Sean from Success Corps. My name is Albert Corey. You've been listening to Rock Your Bottom podcast. Like I always say, sharing is caring. You can get my 101 hacks to build your business. Text Taxman to 26786. Text Taxman to 26786. If you're outside of the country, you can go to freegifts.albert.com. Guys, I always say sharing is caring. If you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, always share, give us some likes, give us some love, and say thank you to Sean by always finding him. He gave us some good content. Thank you, guys, and we will talk to everybody soon.